There are some questions that will probably never be answered. What's the meaning of life?
Why are we here?
But by far the most asked question of all is what makes an awesome weapon?
No, it isn't.
Shut up.
This has got to be the most random intro for a show in history, Larry. Just get on with it, will ya?
Okay then. Well, I'm Larry.
And I'm Wez.
And we welcome you to the top 10 awesome weapons in gaming.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it's now time for Wez and Larry's Top 10!
Just a couple of ground rules before we begin. First and foremost, to qualify for the top 10, they actually have to be an actual weapon. So that means no power-ups, magic powers and stuff like Hadokens and other stuff.
Oh, and don't forget that only one weapon per game too. There's bound to be an important fact of that later.
All seems in order then, so let's go!
Let's go! When it comes to online first-person shooters, there's always one weapon you're accused of being a noob for using just because it's far too powerful, like shotguns or rocket launchers. But our first awesome weapon on the list is so awesome they ended up being banned.
In 2003, Xbox Live was just a wee bouncing bubby, and everyone's favourite American Andy McNabb type bloke, Tom Clancy, and his Rainbow Six 3 game caused outrage with all 6 members of its online gaming community.
Famous for being infamous, the M82A1 50 cal sniper rifle, or the 50 cal as it's more commonly known, caused outrage with Xbox Live gamers because of its way overbalanced power, the ability to kill with one shot, and the fact you could even no-scope with it.
What does no-scope mean then?
Why, its ability to shoot someone at close range with a sniper rifle without having to look down the sight to aim. And then screaming, "Hey, I just no-scoped this guy, ruffle now!" while proceeding to either teabag his/her corpse and thus aggravating every member on your team with your irritating shenanigans.
The fact you could aim near enough anywhere and get a kill with one shot, even to the foot, was just too much for most gamers.
Yeah, so they put their foot down. Hey,
alright.
I'm alright. Hey, I'm alright, yeah. It's one of those weapons where you pretty much were forced to use it to keep up with the unfair competition, to stand any sort of chance. To the point where Ubisoft were practically forced to release a patch to limit the use of the rifle in games.
The weapon did see a comeback in later updates and sequels of the Rainbow Six series, but it was severely handicapped in its future use.
But as it stands, the 50 cal makes its way into 10th place on our list for the simple reason it got itself banned and thus can't be used anymore.
Yeah, they really shot themselves in the foot with that one, hey? Whatever.
In a world ravaged by war,
Our next choice and first wacky weapon on our list goes to the Xbox game Armed and Dangerous, based on that well-loved 80s John Candy movie of the same name. No wait, it's some third-person shoot-'em-up that no one bothered buying by LucasArts in 2003.
Armed and Dangerous was quite a novel game for its time, as it had a very tongue-in-cheek sense of humour about itself when it came to the storyline and its weapons.
I am the King's messenger.
Tell the King we want to talk with him.
They want to walk with you.
Tell him we want Lily back.
They say they want their willies back.
think you understood?
Oh, yeah.
A LucasArts game being funny, you say? Oh, that's a turn up for the books. They're usually deadly serious to the point of being anally retentive.
No, you're thinking of Squaresoft there, my friend. Now, there were a number of wacky weapons we could have chosen for Armed and Dangerous' collection, such as the Topsy-Turvy grenade and the Vindaloo rocket launcher. But our 9th position goes to everyone's favourite, the Land Shark gun.
A land shark gun, you say? How on earth could that possibly work?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, Wesley. It's very simple. The Land Shark gun fires a baby land shark into the ground, and when triggered, a series of hormone treatments and cattle prods make the sharks grow to full size within seconds. The shark then proceeds to burst out of the ground, eating any hapless enemies within its vicinity.
Wow, it all seems so obvious now to me. That's some extensive gaming knowledge you've got there, Larry.
Not really, I just read it out in the instruction book.
although the gun has a comedic value of roughly 3 minutes and 27 seconds. The game itself was about as popular as a copy of Halo at a PlayStation fanboy convention. The sheer inventiveness of its weaponry grants itself a place on our top 10.
Though, if it was more portable, it might have given our next choice a run for its money.
Oh, and well done for doing an entire article featuring sharks without making a single Jaws reference in it whatsoever. Oh, bother. When you need a powerful dual-core processor while wiping out every last mother in the room, the laptop gun is the weapon of choice.
The spiritual successor of 1997 smash hit GoldenEye, Perfect Dark was a completely new franchise for Rare. That and an easy way of making a follow without paying a shed load of royalties.
The laptop gun itself is a pretty nifty piece of kit. Not only does it work as a handy Uzi style machine gun, throw it against the wall or flat surface and it doubles up as a sentry gun. Just jump out the way and let it do its business.
Do you remember that time I threw my laptop gun against the wall when I was battling zombies and it broke into loads of pieces?
They weren't zombies, they were in an old people's home.
Yeah, it didn't kill anyone either. It just made some bloke give me a funny look.
Yeah, and PC World said it wasn't covered in the warranty either, if I recall.
Oh yeah. But the laptop guns are also great for being a complete bar stool in multiplayer. Just lob one of these babies into your opponent's spawn point and watch them writhe in a fit of unpronounceable slang.
It's a bit like an extra teammate, really.
But the introduction of this weapon into video games taught the world that a gun could be used for much more than something which had to be used in your palm to do damage. It's also an awesome tool of strategy in the right hands.
Even though it's not in your hands.
No. Whilst Perfect Dark had several different unique weapons, most of which I can't seem to remember, it's a laptop gun that comes out on top because of its innovation of pure unadulterated fun. Hi, I'm Scott Barry. You look like a gullible sheep easily led by over-exaggerated advertisements.
What, me?
How would you like to shed some pounds?
Actually, I think I'm alright.
The latest research claims that being of average weight can lead to massive heart disease and elephantitis of the sphincter.
I don't want to get that. I don't even know what it is.
If you're a shallow, self-centered person who's prepared to die and lose a few pounds, then you'll love the Silly Bang Type 7 Bonalizer. Don't believe me? Just ask our satisfied customer.
I used to weigh 4 billion tons. I used to be so fat that I was the only living person in existence with my own planetary system. But now, after using the City Bang Type 7 Bonalizer, I'm dead.
Look what it does to this penny. Good as new.
Wow, I am now going to purchase this item in question.
Bang, and the flesh is gone.
Side effects may include upset stomach, migraines, tiredness, enograms, and death. Citibank Incorporated and its worldwide subsidiaries are not held responsible for anyone thick enough to use this product.
2005 saw Vivendi unleash onto the world the psychological first-person shooter Fear. The game toyed with your mind as you played through the game, but despite the scares and little girls you faced throughout the game, you had some awesome weapons at your disposal. Most notably the Type 7 particle weapon, or as we more affectionately call it, the Bonalizer. Then again, you had some fun with this gun if I recall, didn't you, Wez?
Oh no, you didn't get that footage of me, did you? Oh, it's so embarrassing.
What are you talking about? You're the one who insisted the clip was in the show. What was that?
Nothing.
We already know that Wez likes it, and I love it too. If there's ever a time you need emergency weight loss surgery, but are too afraid to go under the knife, then this is the next best thing.
Despite the fact it's a fictional weapon and therefore does not exist in the real world.
And that's why it makes its way onto our list at number 7.
Hey, help me, please, help me, help me, help me, oh, please, I'm in pain. Oh, stop it.
You gotta tell me the truth. It's a little bad. Oh.
Stand up
If you've ever wanted to see the insides of someone without enrolling in medical school, then the Chainsaw Lancer Assault Rifle in Gears of War is right up your street. It will let you cut some alien scum in half.
While a relatively newcomer to the video gaming world, the high-definition version of Hide and Seek Gears of War hacks and blasts its way into number 6. To many, Gears of War is one tough cookie. Though, whilst Gears of War may look hard, you end up spending most of your time hiding behind a wall like a complete girly man.
The Lancer Assault Rifle, whilst pretty decent in its own right, doubles up as an awesome chainsaw, which is where the fun begins. The chainsaw part of the gun really is simple to use. Simply rev up the beast and let some dumb-witted enemy run on towards you and tear the blighter a new backside.
One of the things about the saw is its incredible importance online. Know how to use it and you're going to be kicking around plenty of carcasses. If you haven't got a clue and wondering why it won't let cut down any trees, you're going to end up a man kebab.
After a hard day's work of being unemployed and lounging around, there's nothing more satisfying than going online and chainsawing a 13-year-old American in half and making them cry. It's also worth pointing out that this saw is fun to use in the single-player mode too.
There's a single-player mode.
Apparently.
It's mainly the online multiplayer where it's at though, and it's always wise to time your saw attacks. Otherwise you'll be the next victim of some bloodthirsty chainsaw-loving hoe.
So if you've ever wanted to be a butcher, then Gears of War is a good place to start. And if you've ever dreamed of being a serial killer, it's the next best thing now that Manhunt 2's been banned. Rip, rip, kill.
But hang on, Larry. While Gears of War was famous for its chainsawing fun, there was another shooter that made the weapon famous in the first place.
Ah, well that's where we come to our next weapon. But you won't find that out until after this break.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can. I can cut to the break any time. Hello and welcome to the Ad Break Questionarium. See if you can use your pixelated peepers to guess which famous gaming character this is. See you after the break.